Hey everyone, this is Courtney Bell. Thank you for watching this video. I am making this video today to show you a series that will alleviate back pain. This series is going to develop your upper body strength in a way that is really nice and easy on your hands and your wrists. We're going to go through a series and build into intensity. So this video is going to build, but we're going to take it step by step. So favorite this video so you'll watch it over and over and over and build intensity with me. We're going to start in child's pose. If child's pose is uncomfortable, put a blanket under your knees. You can even put a cushion under your belly if you don't come all the way down onto your thighs. If you do, go ahead and rest your chest on your thighs and your forehead on the ground. Extend all 10 fingers and stretch out through your arms a couple more inches. Settle back down into your hips. Then inhale, roll your body up onto all fours. And we'll move through some spinal undulations, exhaling, rounding your back towards the sky, tucking your tail and tucking your chin. And inhale, drop your chest between your arms, threading it forward as you open your hips behind you. Exhale, rounding, so your shoulder blades widen across your back. And inhale, draw your shoulder blades onto the back of your chest as you thread your heart forward. Again, exhale, draw into your core as you tuck your tail, tuck your chin, press through the back of your spine. And inhale, finding some mobility in your shoulders and some strength to stand into your arms. From here, simply extend your hands out in front of you, and you can come up onto your fingertips so you're not just pressing straight down onto the ground, but you're lifting from your fingertips up through your arms and then pull back into your hips. So this is similar to child's pose, except notice that my arms are lifting off of the ground and my chest is not just pressing back onto my thighs. I want to keep my arms lifting as I lower my chest towards the ground. Then you can place your palms and we'll slither forward, shifting your hips down as you bend your elbows back into a low cobra. So your belly comes onto the ground. Reach your toes back so you have nice long support through your legs and hips. And then with your hands directly under your upper arms and shoulders, I want you to swing your elbows close to your rib cage. So you're squeezing your shoulder blades into the back of your chest. And instead of pressing back, I'd like for you to pull forward with your rib cage. So that's going to create length through your spine from your tail to your crown so that you're not compressing those areas that create pain in your back. Then come gently onto the ground and press back up onto your hands and your knees. So that's the first series. We begin in child's pose, comfortably back onto your heels. We rise up onto all fours, undulate the spine on your breath, waking up the energy through your back. Shift your hands forward, float your arms as you lower your chest, and then slither onto your belly for a low cobra with your back strongly in support for your heart to open. Exhale to the ground, inhale to press back up. Now, instead of staying on your hands, let's rise up onto your shins. Bring your hands in front of your body. So this is just going to take some pressure off of your upper body, but continue to develop the strength that's going to lift you out of the compression of the pain in your back. So this is not a back bend. We want to reach long through the spine by keeping your back flat. So with your hands in front of you, this just helps to keep your shoulder blades engaged into your back so you're not rounding. Shoulder blades engaged into your back, hands in front of you. Drop your tail down in the direction of your knees and lift your crown away. We're gonna reach back at a gentle angle. So you wanna keep the vertical nature of your spine, but angle it back. And rise all the way to vertical. Exhale, angling back. Inhale to rise. Exhale to angle. So you'll start to feel some energy waking up between your shoulder blades. That is good because we want that energy between your shoulder blades to create strength for you, support, so that you're not falling into the places that cause you pain, cause you trouble. We're looking for the good kind of pain, the pain that will help us progress. And if this is as far as you get through the video, way to go. Feel free to watch the rest or just start it over from the beginning. From here, replace your hands down in front of you. Swing your hips back over your heels. And we're gonna dive down. So your hands are gonna be just under your shoulders. And we're gonna rise back up. Returning your hips to your heels. Good. Dive down, elbows in. Rising up. So notice that my chest is not just moving straight down to the ground, but with the mobility and the strength in my shoulders, I keep my back long. The chest rolls forward to come down to the ground. So that's what we're looking for when we're doing our push-ups. We're lowering into chaturanga, keeping the back nice and strong, and the support of your upper body, your shoulders and your arms, your chest, and your head is going to keep your back free from the pain. Now, come all the way down to the ground. Unhook your toes, and let's take your fingertips wide away from the body. You're going to inhale. Draw your spine up and then relax your belly onto the ground so you're in a low cobra. Shoulders back, heart forward. Stretch through your back body. Stretch through your toenails. And inhale, lift up through the crown of your head. Then exhale, come back down. Hands under your shoulders, pressing up. And floating back. You can rest in child's pose or lift your hips into downward dog if you're feeling a lot of energy. Let's meet from child's pose with your hands forward in front of you. Inhale, rise up. One more time, exhale, chest forward, elbows back. Come onto the ground, unhook your toes. Now this time, swing your hands down by your legs, palms facing up. So this will be a counter stretch for your wrist, but it still develops the strength in your back and the strength in your shoulders that we're looking for. So your belly is like a foot. You want to be able to really press through your belly into the ground to stand up taller through your chest. If this is super easy for you, you can interlace your fingers behind you so that your arms are completely lifted off the ground. But this is also a really nice variation that gives you some stability. From here, release to the ground. And rise again, downward dog or child's pose. Take a few deep breaths. Let me know how you're doing at this point of the practice. We haven't gotten to our full chaturanga yet, our full push-up, but we are on our way. And we have one more preparatory phase to go through. So we'll come forward into plank pose and immediately lower onto your knees. Pull your hips back. Lift your palms. Come onto your fingertips. Nice. Now from here, lower your elbows. Shift forward so your elbows and your hands are in one line. And you hook your toes and lift your knees. So we're in a modified plank pose on your forearms. Elbows under your shoulders, hands in line. Sitting bones can grip towards your heels. Get a good smile so you know you're not just getting caught up in the intensity of the posture, but you're also breathing. You're melting your boundaries, not getting stuck. Then simply lower your hips, lower your belly, let your heart flow forward, and pause in Sphinx pose. If you notice that your elbows are out to the side, take a moment and swing them back in. This might be exactly where you want to stay. You could also come forward onto your fingertips and rise into high cobra, relaxing your belly, pulling your elbows in and sending your heart up. And then we'll make our way back down onto the ground. And rise, either child's pose or downward dog. So now we're ready to practice or just to watch the full chaturanga yoga push-up. From downward dog, shift forward into plank pose. Let me know how you're doing. Are you ready for your first push-up? Just gonna feel the space between our body and the ground. Remember the movements we've already practiced, already watched 20 times, 30 times, 1,000 times before. No time like the present. So if you were gonna go for the push-up, I want you to stay in a place of ease, stay in a place of flow. Everything we've done helps to progress to this point. So don't worry, if you're not quite here yet, you can lower your knees. Or you can just rest and keep working with the progressions up until this point. I don't know, how many is this? 4? But I've dropped my knees. It's okay. There's no cheating in yoga as long as you're staying in your zone. Your zone of balance between strength, flexibility, presence, and movement. So from your chaturanga, you can either lower completely to the ground, for cobra. Or keep your legs, hips elevated. Swing over your toes for upward dog. The energy between your shoulder blades pushes your heart forward and rises. And we return to downward dog or child's pose. Hands can be in front of you in child's pose or pull them back. Cultivate a deep, steady breath. You can rise to sit as we began. And let me know, how was your push-up? How does your back feel? How does your heart feel? How do your wrists feel? If at any time moving into those push-ups starts to compress your wrist, just take a moment to relax. Let them move, let them circulate. And be sure to favorite the video and watch again, practice again, all of the sequential movements to the peak pose of our yoga push-up. You can follow me on my website at yogacurrents.com and be sure to subscribe to the Psyche Truth channel. Thank you so much for watching and joining me today. I really look forward to hearing from you and knowing how your practice is.